Now we're joined on the line by our Zimbabwe correspondent, Ephert Musekiwa, for the latest. Hey, Ephert, thank you very much indeed, as always, for your time. Firstly, let's get the temperature of views on the ground, Ephert.
Good morning. Still, people have stayed away again today from work. We've gone around the city center. The streets are still deserted. Very few traffic on the roads. Maybe people are just waiting to see how the day is going to turn up. But we also understand that police authorities now want to arrest one of the organizers of the 3-day stay away, Pastor Ivan Mawadile. They were at his residence a few minutes ago, and they were waiting for his lawyer so that they could take him up for questioning. Yesterday, we saw the Ministry of Information issuing a press statement calling the skirmishes and calling the disturbances that have happened across the country as terrorist acts and the total disregard for the rule of law and order. And so they are blaming the opposition MDC for all the violence that has taken place for the past 3 days.
Just tell us, with regards to the security situation on the ground, who is policing these protests? Is it police, in fact, or the military?
Well, I can confirm that both the police and the military have been deployed. We went to Kuwadzana yesterday where we witnessed both police and armed soldiers patrolling the streets and, moving people away from dispersing people from the streets. So it's both the military and the police that are policing at the present moment.
Ephert, just get us up to speed with regards to the death toll since these protests has started.
Okay. Yesterday, the police spokesperson, Assistant Commissioner Cherit Charamba, confirmed that there have only been 3 deaths. One of a police officer who was stoned to death in Bulawayo by the protesters, and the second of 2 civilians. One died in Chitungwiza, and the second one died in Kadoma. So those are the only 3 deaths that they did confirm. As to the number of injuries, they did not confirm. They say they are still gathering reports to see how many people have been injured. But they also did confirm again yesterday afternoon that they arrested only the 200 people that they had indicated previously that they had arrested.
In terms of the circumstances surrounding the deaths of the 2 civilians, how did they die?
We did not get any further details from the police spokesperson. Only just the confirmation that 2 civilians had actually died in the protest.
Ephert, just clarify for us, in terms of the rules of engagement when dealing with protesters in that country, is it normal for live ammunition to be used, or is there rubber bullets that are often used, tear gas in terms of that? What's the sort of rules of engagement is there?
Well, it is very interesting. You will remember that a few months ago there was a report by former President Halima Mohlante dealing with the August 1 violence, where they did put out certain recommendations of how protesters should be dispersed, how those rules of engagement should be handled. And they did recommend that the use of live ammunition was not desirable, the use of excessive force was not desirable, and the involvement of the military should be as a matter of a last resort. So really, when we spoke to the opposition yesterday, they were actually saying that they had hoped that some of those recommendations by the Mohlante Commission should have been embraced before the events of the past 2 days. So really, it is not yet clear of what level of force is acceptable by the authorities, because remember, Zimbabwe is under a new constitution, and also there is the Public Order and Security Act, which is POSA, which has also different rules that are in variance with what the Constitution provides. So really, it depends on which act or which law the authorities want to use at the present moment. But the involvement of the military is lawful, as we understood from the Mohlante Commission. Also, the use of force is accepted to some degree, but it's not clear as to what extent it should be used.
From your accounts, from what you've witnessed, are protesters armed in any way?
I have not encountered protesters that are armed, but the ones that I witnessed were throwing stones at the police. They were throwing stones, they were burning tires, they were, carrying sticks. So really, I don't know whether you'd classify that as being armed, but they were actually resisting and protesting against the authorities, arming themselves with stones and sticks. But I did not see any, like, your ammunition, military ammunition with the end of the protesters.
Yeah. Let's just look at the internet connection. We understand that the country's internet firm Econet has apologized for shutting down the internet, saying it was acting under state security instructions. Can you confirm that?
Yes, I can confirm that. It issued the statement late last night. That's when we received the apologies on our mobile phones. But we did also ask the Minister of Information when she held her press conference yesterday afternoon that why was there an internet blackout? And she professed ignorance, saying that she was not aware of any internet blockage or any internet services being taken down. She said she would confirm with us, but now Econet has come out in the open and said that they said they had to oblige. In their message, they said they had to oblige. They were obliged to comply. They were obliged to comply with an order from the Ministry of State Security to take down internet services. And they were actually notifying their clients that internet services are down across all platforms.
In terms of these protests, would you say, from your assessment and talking to people on the ground, is it well coordinated?
Well, it's very difficult to say. Again, authorities are claiming that these protests are well coordinated and pre-planned. They actually said that in their statement yesterday, describing them as terrorist acts, as I've alluded to. But talking to the people, this is across the capital and even in Blawa. So it's very difficult to say they are coordinated. Maybe they are spontaneous or they are coordinated. I wouldn't say. The people that I've spoken to, they're just saying they are expressing their anger at the rise of the fuel price and at the deteriorating economic situation. I haven't come across any of the organizers. Even the MDC has actually, we spoke to their spokesman yesterday, who's actually denied involvement at the hand of the MDC in this protest, saying that these are just citizens going about expressing their anger and displeasure at what the government is trying to do. So really, it's very difficult. I haven't come across anyone who confirms that they have actually organized these protests and stay away.
So President Emmerson Mnangagwa, we understand, is in Russia. Who's in control of Zimbabwe currently?
Currently, the vice president is the acting president, retired General Constantino Chiwenga. He's the one who was left in charge, and he's the one who's running the country at the present moment.
All right, Ephert Musekiwa, thank you very much indeed for your time and your reporting, sir. We will catch up with you in a short while. Well, this is one of the big stories we are covering, and it's part of our question of the day. Let's put it up and see what you have to say. And we're asking you,
what would South Africans do if the price of fuel jumped to 47 rands a litre overnight?
Yeah, look, we've had some hikes in terms of petrol last year. There's been ups and downs. But if it goes to 47 rand a litre, what would
drastic.
you do? Yeah. You've seen what's happening in Zimbabwe. Send us your thoughts at the agenda _SABC.